principal mistakes that students make throughout learning English. Learning English is a journey filled with challenges, discoveries, and gradual growth. It's like climbing a mountain. Each step forward requires effort, and each mistake becomes part of the learning path. While every learner's path is unique, there are common mistakes that many students make during this process. These mistakes are not about grammar or vocabulary alone, they're deeper than that. They are often mental, emotional, and strategic missteps that hold learners back from reaching their true potential. Today, we'll reflect on some of these mistakes, not to judge them, but to understand them, and more importantly, to avoid them. Focusing too much on grammar and not enough on usage. One of the first and most frequent mistakes English learners make is putting too much attention on grammar rules while ignoring real communication. They study verb tenses for weeks, memorize irregular verbs, or try to master the passive voice before they can have a basic conversation. Imagine someone who spends months learning how a car engine works but never learns to drive. That's how some learners treat English. They study the mechanics without practicing the movement. Grammar is important, yes, but language is about communication. If you can't say, "How are you today?" with confidence, all the grammar knowledge in the world won't help you connect with someone. A better approach is to learn grammar as a tool, not as a goal. Let grammar support your communication, not control it. Speak early. Make mistakes. Learn by using the language. Fear of making mistakes. Another huge mistake is the fear of speaking or writing because of the fear of making mistakes. This fear is paralyzing. It makes learners avoid conversation. It makes them stay silent in class or during language exchanges. It creates shame and blocks progress. But here's the truth: mistakes are part of the process. Babies don't learn to walk without falling. They fall again and again. But they never stop trying. Why should it be different with English? You must give yourself permission to sound imperfect. Speak anyway. Write anyway. The person who dares to use the language will learn faster than the one who waits to be ready. Fluency is not perfection, it's confidence built through action. Depending too much on translation. A common trap is trying to translate everything from the native language into English. This leads to unnatural expressions and slow communication. Students try to say things the way they would in their own language and expect it to work the same way in English. But languages are not mirrors. They are different worlds. Avoiding listening practice. Many students focus on reading and writing but ignore listening. They read articles, do grammar exercises, and memorize vocabulary, but when someone speaks English naturally, they freeze. They say, "I don't understand native speakers." That's because listening is a skill. And like all skills, it needs practice. You can't expect to understand fast English if you never listen to real conversations. Start with simple materials, like podcasts for learners or slow YouTube channels. Then move to movies, interviews, or news. Try watching with subtitles, then without. Repeat scenes. Imitate pronunciation. Let English enter your ears every day. Over time, your brain will adjust, and your listening will improve. Underestimating pronunciation. Pronunciation is another area that students often ignore, thinking, "It's not important as long as people understand me." But pronunciation affects communication more than we think. If you say sheet, but pronounce it like a bad word, the conversation becomes awkward. If you say beach, but it sounds like something else, people will laugh, not because they're cruel, but because pronunciation matters. You don't need a perfect British or American accent. But you need clarity. Focus on sounds that don't exist in your language. Practice minimal pairs, like ship and sheep. Record your voice and compare. Work on stress and intonation. A few small changes can make a big difference. Thinking you can learn fast without effort. One of the biggest lies in modern marketing is that you can learn English in 3 months. Many students fall into this trap. They buy apps, pay for magic courses, or believe in quick results. But here's the truth: learning English takes time. Real fluency takes months or even years. And it requires consistent effort, not just curiosity. Learning a language is like going to the gym. If you go once a week, you won't see results. But if you go 5 times a week, even if it's for 20 minutes, you will grow. Don't chase shortcuts. Create habits. Build discipline. Learn a little every day. The results will come. Focusing only on passive learning. Some students spend hours watching videos, reading books, or listening to English without actively using the language. That's passive learning. It's comfortable, but it's not enough. You need active learning, writing essays, speaking with others, asking questions, taking notes, doing exercises. Imagine trying to learn piano by only listening to music. It doesn't work. Balance is the key. Watch movies, but also write a summary of what you saw. Listen to a podcast, then talk about it. Read an article, then explain it to a friend. Active use turns knowledge into skill. Ignoring the power of repetition. Some students learn a word once, then forget it. They move on, thinking that just seeing something once is enough. But the brain doesn't work like that. Memory is built through repetition. If you want to remember a word forever, you must review it again and again. Use it in different contexts. Say it. Write it. Listen to it. See it again next week. And again next month. Repetition is not boring, it's powerful. The more you repeat, the stronger your memory becomes. Studying without a goal. Many learners start studying English without a clear reason. They say, "I want to learn English," but they don't know why. Is it for travel? For work? For studying abroad? For reading books? Without a clear goal, it's easy to lose motivation. You don't know what to focus on, and your progress feels invisible. Set small, specific goals. I want to have a 5-minute conversation without stopping. Or, I want to understand a TED talk without subtitles. These goals give you direction and purpose. English is a tool. Know what you want to build with it. Not being consistent. Finally, perhaps the biggest mistake of all, inconsistency. Students study for 3 days, then stop for a week. They watch one video, then disappear for a month. Learning becomes irregular, and progress disappears. Consistency is the secret weapon of all successful learners. Even if you study for just 15 minutes a day, do it every day. Build a routine. Make English part of your life. Read one article before bed. Listen to a podcast while cooking. Practice vocabulary in the morning. Small steps, repeated daily, lead to great results. In the end, learning English is not about being a genius or having talent. It's about avoiding common mistakes, building good habits, and having the courage to keep going, even when it's hard. Mistakes will happen. You'll forget words. You'll say strange sentences. But every effort you make brings you closer to your goal. Don't fear the journey. Embrace it. Learn with curiosity. Practice with joy. And remember, fluency is not a destination, it's a lifestyle. You don't learn English in a day. But you can learn it every day. Thank you for watching this video. I wish you a great learning journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. Let us know if this video helped you. Thanks again.